Happy new moon in Taurus, guys. I'm outside, one, because my kids are home and I don't necessarily feel like shouting at them. Be quiet. I don't say anything. Da, da, da. Listen, we're all trying to manage, so don't want to add any pressure to them. But also, it's just such a beautiful day. I went for a walk today. I usually do that out in my neighborhood, and a bee came right to my glasses and landed right on my glasses. So I said, okay, Spirit, I hear you. And so we're going to start with this Isis Oracle deck. Taurus is all about embodiment. It definitely represents luxury. It's, kind of stereotypically, we think about Taurus and we think about being materialistic, but not in a negative way, just appreciating the tangible things of beauty and art and pleasure and making those things manifest and enjoying those things and being really, really present and appreciative of the things that we have and leaning into them and making the most of them, and also not being afraid to desire more and want more. And all of that is great. But this moon isn't really just about that. It's not necessarily about manifestation of stuff, but more so about vision and legacy. We find this new moon situated in between a full moon in Libra and a full moon in Scorpio. And so what I'm feeling very deeply and strongly is that this is about choosing and manifesting our personal legacy. When we look at our current familiar relationships and family that we choose, our friendships, our partnerships with this Libra full moon that we just had, and we look to this Scorpio full moon, which is about our ancestry, which is about generational patterns, we're situated at this place where we're contemplating and thinking about what our legacy will be. Who are we? Not based on who our friends think we are, who our family needs us to be, and not based on the patterns and the emotional, in my case, whether it's instability, insecurities, patterns of behavior, let's just say, that we've inherited in generations. Who do we want to become? And how do we keep ourselves from repeating cycles that aren't necessarily beneficial to us? How do we lean into our highest self? How do we embody our higher self? And that's what this new moon is really about. So we'll start with this Isis Oracle. And because I'm not about to play with Instagram, I don't know if y'all remember last time, the first 10 minutes of this message, because that's what they seem to allow, will definitely be made available. Usually in the past, I've uploaded a full hour on IGTV, but last time it just didn't work. So just in case that happens again, the first 10 minutes of this will be made available for everyone. And after that, the fullness of the message will be available on Overflow On Demand, which is the on-demand monthly spiritual coaching service that I offer. We have monthly horoscopes, tarot scopes rather, and readings by zodiac sign. So you can access your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, Venus, depending on what you're trying to find out or get guidance on. And you get access to that every month. And it's really just a home for the work that we're doing to reparent, to reclaim our time, ourselves, cultivate self-awareness, cultivate joy, and cultivate overflow. So I hope you will subscribe. If not, you will be able to get the video individually. So let's get started. Love it. So the bottom of the deck, we have the Serpent of Fire, Priestess of the Serpent Sisterhood. we got Queen of Heaven, Blessing from the Divine Empress of the Skies, Lady of the Stars, Priestess of Sirius, and then finally High Priestess, Mysteries Revealed in the Eyes of Isis. And Isis energy, man, is definitely associated and affiliated with Taurus, but really the rise of the divine feminine is something that has been happening over the last several years. When we look at dismantling and disrupting patriarchy, regardless of our gender and how we embody our gender identity, whether it's biological or energetic, whatever energy you sit primarily in, the feminine aspect is being brought to the forefront to be recognized, to be acknowledged, and also to change the way that we've been doing things. When we're asking about how we embody who we really want to be, this Queen of Heaven asks us to tap into our divine nature and make it practical. So what does it look like to live into the visions that we're trying to manifest? What does it look like to not force, but to allow things to happen and come to us as we command them? So let's get more on that. Well, no, I'll just keep going. And then Lady of the Stars says Priestess of Sirius. There is wisdom that is coming to us through, I guess I'll say, the stars, and not just astrology, our ancient selves. Star seeds is what we would call this in spiritual communities. If you haven't necessarily looked into that, that's okay. The wind passed. Loud. But some of us are coming into the awareness that we are more, if I can use a Beyonce lyric, that we're a part of something much bigger. And it's not just bigger like the collective consciousness on this earth. It's about an infinite, almost unmeasurable, galactic level souls. We have ancient souls. And right now we're coming into the remembrance of who we really are and what we came here to do. Whether that's spiritual work or actual serving or service to others, service to humanity. Those assignments are being made clearer now, particularly at this new moon cycle. And then finally, High Priestess. So the importance of Taurus energy, taking care of your body, leading into embodiment of your higher self, is to really cultivate your intuition, I was going to say intuitive prowess, because this is really like this secretive plotting and planning energy, but not to harm, just to rise, to elevate. It's about knowing your worth, knowing the power that you have within you, knowing the power of your words, knowing the power of your prayers, and having the patience to talk to God, talk to Spirit about the things that you want to manifest and let them play out. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask a few questions. We're going to ask, how do we lean into this embodiment? Like, what do our bodies need? We're also going to ask for guidance over the next, I would say the next month. And then we will do a pick a card to break down specifically like what you need to be doing to make the most of this energy. And so for that, we'll be using the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck, and then each group will get their own separate reading. So go ahead and pick 1 through 3, and I will see you in the full reading at theoverflow.com. Love you.